Hey, we're Say Lulu, and you're watching AMBY.
Hey everyone, it's Alicia from AMBY, and I'd like to welcome you to our interview with Say Lulu. How are you both?
Very good, thank you.
Very good. Enjoying Canada a lot so far.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
to get acquainted with our viewers who are going to be watching this, right off the bat, if you could both describe each other in just one word, what would that word be?
You start.
Charismatic.
Funny.
Very nice. Well, I wanted to kick things off by saying how you're, of course, touring North America at the moment. So how have these shows been treating you? How have the audiences been?
The audiences have been overwhelmingly supportive and really excited and exciting, and we've had some really good times already. We've only played 6 shows, I think, and it's been really, really good.
Last night in Montreal was so amazing. So we're hoping.
We have high hopes for Toronto.
Hopefully we'll be able to maybe even beat out Montreal with our clapping and singing along.
Yes.
Well, you're now touring, of course, in support of Lucid Dreaming, your latest record release, and this tour you're bringing along Phoebe Ryan with you, who we just interviewed and said the nicest things about you both. So how important is it for you to bring along newer and emerging acts and expose them to a lot of your audiences?
I mean, it's such a good opportunity because for us, the first 2 or 3 years, we did a lot of support tours, and I think it's really important in building your live, building the live act side of your music. So, of course, we want to pass that on and do that as well because it really opened a lot of doors for us and opened us to a lot of other audiences.
And taken from the record, you actually shared a new single called Hard for a Man, and it's super dreamy, and your vocals just sound incredible together.
Thank you.
So just tell us a little bit about the story behind this song.
Well, actually, originally it was written in an ironic way,
Okay.
like hard for a man, oh, it's so hard to be a man type thing. And it was supposed to be a bit patronizing towards someone who's, a guy that has hard time finding love. But then we kind of mixed it up with our own experiences and kind of made it
I kind of want to tell the story behind why a lot of men we've met have been so cold or been so hard to have a hard time with love, more or less.
Yeah, that was kind of the story.
And there's a song called Peppermint, which is also amazing because there's this little part where you actually whisper in Swedish.
Yes.
Do you plan on doing that again, whether it's Swedish or any other language on a song?
The thing was when we were in the studio writing the song, the producer who we wrote it with, Liam, he was like, you should. We joked. We're like, oh, I said the words in Swedish, and he's like, that sounds so good. And I was like, no, is that if it's silly? And he was like, no, it's so cool. And then we were like, okay,
No,
we can't do it. And then we're like, okay, let's do it. And then we because we listened to a few songs. There's this, ABBA, the band ABBA. Of course you do, maybe. But there's the singer Agneta. She has a solo record on one of the songs called "Wrap Your Arms Around Me." She has this whole part in Swedish where she goes, "Älska mig," and starts speaking in Swedish. So we're like, okay, if she can do it, we can do it.
Maybe
So
this will work.
yes, we tried, and we've actually gotten good response on it. So yeah,
Who knows? We might do it again.
we might do it again.
Nice. And you released this cover of Blue on Blue,
Mhm.
Bobby Vinton, and that came around as this fashion collaboration that you were doing. So which other songs or covers would you love to put your Say Lulu spin on in the future?
I don't know. Most of the ones that we've done so far feels like we
How
only
many
go
have we done now? 3.
3. Feels like we only go backwards. Instant Crush, the Daft Punk song, and Blue on Blue. I think it's always fun because we often choose songs that are quite random and quite different from us, and songs that we just really happen to like. And often it's a new song that just comes along. And you go, oh, I really want to try singing this our way. And often it's a song that we really admire, and we like to bring out a bit different side in the song. For example, the Tame Impala.
Or amplify a side of the song that we didn't feel, or that we feel that could be even more accentuated.
But as of now, we don't really know.
We'll have to wait and see what you guys depend on. All right, cool. Well, I wanted to also mention the fact that your Twitter description, I have the quote here. It says, loving and fighting as sisters do. So what is something that you find on a daily basis you might kind of argue on once in a while, whether it's clothing, set lists? What's something that you kind of argue on?
We argue about set lists
And we argue about clothing. We argue about everything pretty much. Like, you're talking too loud, you're hurting my ears, or stop complaining.
Don't do this.
Don't do this. Don't do that. Stop. Touch your elbows touching my elbows. Stop. Like, it's often very like stupid, mundane things. Seldom like important things.
I love how your inner twin actually came out there, where you both started to say the same thing at the same time. Does that happen a lot, you find?
Yeah. We have a twinsy moment all the times. We always talk over each other.
Twinning.
Wonderful. Well, aside from music, it's no secret that you're heavily involved in the fashion world, and I actually read that a lot of your fashion finds are from thrift stores. Is that true?
Yes. We went out. We
That's
went
awesome.
vintage shopping today in Toronto.
Nice. So
We heard it's a very good town for thrift stores
Absolutely.
and vintage stores.
Well, what's the best thrift find that you've actually ever come across?
That's very hard to say. However, I did buy a really nice poncho today in like a black, really like cozy poncho here in Toronto, because the weather just turned so bad when we got here, and so it did in Montreal as well. So we're wondering if we have a curse. We're bringing the rain with us.
With the tour.
Yeah, exactly. No, but so yeah, we put
It rained in New York. So
it rained in New York as well. So I brought a really nice poncho today.
Very nice. Well, something I love about your clothing is how you can tell it's very 70s influence, and it just looks amazing. Both your outfits right now look great. So just going back to the 70s, what would you say is one of your favorite non-musical things to come out of that era?
I think rather than a specific thing, I think it's the vibe and like the general feeling of the 70s. I think it's like decadence and freedom, and that's when it felt like a lot of especially females were liberated in many ways, and I think also music was liberated. So I like that feeling of like that anything can happen, and yeah, I think that's what we like about the 70s. It's romantic as well, and a bit dirty glamour, and yeah, decadent.
There's this photograph I saw of both of you. You posted, I think it was a month back. You were wearing headphones, and it was sharing headphones since 1991.
Yeah.
And I loved that. It was adorable because it really reminded me of my sister and I. So nowadays, what are some bands that both of you really find that you love together?
I think we love most bands together, but sometimes I discover it first or Miranda discovers it first. But we listen to almost everything together, and we share headphones a lot.
Yeah. Recently,
in the studio.
Yeah. I mean, recently we've been listening. Actually, on the tour bus here, we had like a Feist revival, because we were like, we have to listen to a lot of Toronto music. So we listened a bit to Feist, and what else did we listen to? We listened a bit to Joni Mitchell. Yeah, we kind of had like a Toronto moment, and Arcade Fire, of course, but they're half Montrealians, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then to wrap everything up today, for all of your fans who are going to be watching our interview, is there anything you'd like to say to all of them?
I mean, it's too late to say come to our show at the Garrison, because this is obviously...
It's in 2 hours.
But if you happen to be...
We love Canada.
We love Canada, we really do.
There you have it. Thank you so much to both
Thank
of
you,
you for your
Alicia.
time today. It's our pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure. And remember, everyone can visit us at amusicblogger.com for exclusive interviews, features, videos, and much more with your favorite bands. We'll see you next time.
Bye.